Hey everyone, this is Irvin's Movie Corner, and welcome to episode 5 for the movies that I did watch. There are 35 movies that I did watch from the month of August to the mid September, so let's get started. First, on August 32, movies. First, I did watch Madagascar on Netflix, and that was a good DreamWorks animation movie. Number 2, I did watch 2001: A Space Odyssey on DVD, and that was a good movie. Then on September 1st, I watched three movies. First, I did watch Madagascar to Escape to Africa on Netflix, and that was a good sequel. Then, second, I did watch The Croods on online, and that was a good DreamWorks animation movie as well. And third, I did watch Madeline on online as well, and that was a pretty good movie. And then on September 3rd, I watched two movies as well. First, I did watch Baby Driver on Netflix, and that was an awesome movie. Second, I watched the 1996 film on online, and that was a good movie. Then on Friday, September 4th, I watched three movies. First, I watched Minions on online, and that was a good movie. Second, I watched The Sixth Day on online as well, and that was a pretty good movie. Then third, I did watch Dance with Me on online, and that was a pretty good movie. On Saturday, September 4th, I watched two movies. First, I watched Jumanji on DVD, and that was a good movie. And then second, I watched Jumanji Welcome to the Jungle on Netflix, and that was a good sequel. Then on September 6th, I watched two movies. First, I watched Bridge on the River Kwai on online as well, and that was a great classic movie. And yes, they earned the Oscar for Best Picture of 1957. Then on Monday, September 7th, I watched three movies. First, I watched The Amazing Spider Man on Fox Movies, and that was a good movie. Second, I watched Hancock on HBO Asia, and that was a good movie. And third, I watched Casualties of War on online, and that was an awesome war movie. Then on September 9th, I watched Madagascar 3 Europe's Most Wanted on Netflix, and that was good from the Madagascar franchise. Then on Friday, September 11th, I watched Spy Kids on Netflix, and that was a good movie. Then on September 12th, I watched Maid of Honor on Netflix, and that was a good and okay movie. Then on September 13th, I watched Schindler's List on Netflix, and that was a great and excellent movie. And yes, they earned the Academy Award winner for Best Picture of 1993, and this was the last black and white to be shown after The Apartment. They also won the Best Picture. Next, on September 14th, I watched three movies. First, I watched The Amazing Spider Man 2 on Stars on Demand, and that was a good sequel to the first one. Second, I watched Venom on DVD, and that was a good and decent movie. Even though despite even though despite a lot of negative reviews that they receive, and actually I thought looks a guilty pleasure of mine, and it looks decent. So I remember saw it in theaters, and that's a really decent movie. Then on September 18th, I watched Penguins of Madagascar on Netflix, and that was a good DreamWorks animation movie. And this is actually a spin off to the Madagascar movies. Then on September 19th, I watched Aquaman on DVD, and that was a good superhero movie. And I did remember seeing this movie in theaters on December 24th in the Philippines, and I remember pretty good. So this is a good movie. Next up, on September 20th, I watched two movies. Or I mean, three movies, rather. First, I watched The Lion King on DVD, and that was a great Disney animated movie. Second, I watched How to Train Your Dragon on Netflix, and that was a great DreamWorks animation movie. And third, I watched Rocket Man on Amazon Prime Video, and that was a great movie, even though it's an Elton John biopic. Then on Monday, September 21st, I watched The Breakfast Club on Hollywood Sweet 80s, and that was a great movie. 5 years old this year. So, yeah. Next, on September 23rd, I watched A Hard Day's Night on Hollywood Suite on Demand, and that was a great classic musical movie. Second, I watched Spy Kids to the Island of Lost Dreams on Netflix, and that was a good sequel. Then on September 24th, I watched two movies on online. First, I watched How to Train Your Dragon was a great sequel. Second, I watched Last Action Hero on online as well, and that was a good movie. Then on September 25th, I watched Kung Fu Panda on Netflix, and that was a great DreamWorks animation movie. And finally, on September 28th, I watched How to Train Your Dragon The Hidden World on online, and that was a great finale from the How to Train Your Dragon franchise. And I theaters on January 18th of last year, and that remember is pretty great. So I like How to Train Your Dragon movies. And there you have it, folks. That's gonna do for my fourth episode for the movies that I did watch. Hope you enjoyed. This is Irvin's Movie Corner signing off.